Most exciting wrestlers. Do you want me to go first?
You go first.
Okay. This one's gonna be kind of the whole theme of this is like guys that, at least in my mind, are guys that if everyone wrestled like these guys, wrestling would be the most popular sport. Just fun to watch, I mean, and I'll say like I'm not gonna have like someone like Alex Sertzis on there. He was dominant. He was excited. I mean, but he just wasn't. I mean, we knew what was going to happen when he wrestled. It was going to be domination. So to me, that's ho hum. So it's a little bit different. I'm going to go with this one's a little local one, but if you ever saw this kid wrestle, I mean, he had one move. It was a headlock, but he was like insanely flexible, double joint into the shoulders. He could do things like with his shoulders. Um, would always find a head somehow. Garrett Weber of Leo.
I
Um,
remember Garrett Weber.
he he was a tough wrestler. He's the only one that I have ever seen get a defensive fall in freestyle. The kid, um, man, I want to say it was I have the name. I think who did Hereford wrestle in the state final? I want to say it was a Perry kid. I swear it was. I'd have to go find it.
Massingo?
Yeah, I
No.
want to say it was like Massingo or somebody. I'd have to double. I don't want to say that with too much authority, but he wrestled him in freestyle state, and like dominating him. He kid tried to gut, and he just reached back one hand because you can't do touch two hands on the head in freestyle because it's you know you're gonna hurt someone's neck, and held him there on his back and got a defensive fall. It was like one of the most nuts pins I've ever seen in my life. He would reach back for your head. Tough to wrestle just because he was so goofy and funky, and
Man.
you knew what was coming. But if people wrestled like him, it would be a lot of fun. So
All
yeah,
right.
that's kind of a local flavor, just because he was just fun to watch, and you never knew what was going to happen. You knew what was going to happen, you just didn't know how it was going to happen. So
Man. All right. So I'm going to scratch some of this off my list. I wrote a whole bunch of stuff down so I didn't know which way we were going to go.
I mean, go how
Uh,
you.
my
Oh shoot, that's
my
mine.
number one, pretty exciting wrestler to watch. I agree. Like if everyone wrestled like this, there'd be way more fans in the sport. Still gets crazy amount of fans. Uh, People love him. They love his style. He still competes. Brendan Cosgrove Hobart, uh, dude was just out there battling, just doing all kinds of craziness. I think he's the reason you guys have to weigh in singlets now.
Yes, yes. The Brennan Cosgrove rule. If they make a rule about you, yeah, that's. I did not actually have him on my list, and I probably should have. Um, I'm gonna go a little bit newer. My whole kind of theory is some kind of funky guy, some that doesn't matter. Got to lay it on the line no matter what. Man, who do I want to go with? I'm gonna go Jake Hockaday. Liked how he wrestled. Always fun, good kid. Always just went after there. Made some stuff up as he went. Just insanely quick and just put points on the board a lot. Definitely one of my, definitely one that I'm excited to watch in college coming up. Oops. Go ahead.
My next one, I'm gonna go with another region guy. Like to score points. Uh, still actively competing in grappling and martial arts. Darren Elkins.
Ooh,
Darren Elkins is a guy. Like didn't matter if it was 10-9. Dude was gonna go out there and he's taking you down, cutting you. It's gonna be a war. He a lot of the way he fights in the UFC was a lot of the way he wrestled too, which is pretty
yeah,
cool.
straight up. He's a region guy. If you look up region in the dictionary, you're gonna see a picture of him. Links to his fights, links to his wrestling. Yeah, great guy. See pictures of him training. I need to get him a new Indiana Matt shirt because you'll see him every so often. You'll see him sporting that. I sent him one a while back, and he's still wearing those proud. I know he he gets on the social media and always comments on stuff. So yeah, that's a good one. Um, I'm gonna go. Man, do I go with a headlocker? Not. Um, I'm gonna go Kyrell Lavelle.
Man, my next pick's a Warren Central kid too,
Um,
but it's not Kyra.
Lavelle always had dynamic matches, always out there putting on a show. Just extremely, very, very talented wrestler. Always, I mean, he was one that just got after it again. Just high level speed and just coming out with, things that you never know what's going to come out of, what he's going to do, but it's going to be exciting.
I don't think they were going to get a lot of love from the Newcastle faithful.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I mean, you pick Kyra. I'm going Dave Pearson.
Oh,
David Pearson.
yes.
Dude was like letting you take shots while he's lat dropping you.
Yeah.
Multiple time semifinalist.
His IPO finals the one year, I want to say he pinned like a one of the Valiant Prep kids or something. He hit like a high flyer or whatever, and just like buried him. It was nuts. Yeah, he's fun to watch. So yeah, that was a good one. Who do I want to go to? I have a good list of people that I'll have for an honorable mention, and I'm gonna go Angel Escobedo. A little bit of a safer pick, but I think probably like college and afterward. He was always pretty exciting to watch wrestle, but one that just got after it, and just a lot of just very unique stuff, like the hip over on when he was on bottom. Those types of things that you just saw that he did that no one else did. Obviously, great competitor, NCAA champ, world team member.
So. We got to see him a lot. Like, obviously, we're the next town over. Yeah, he definitely put it on the line. He wasn't a guy that was grinding them out 1-0, 3-1. He's out there lat dropping guys. He's out there, throwing guys to their back. Yeah, that's a good pick. I'm going to go with another guy, real good dude. I mean, mine's pretty region heavy. I mean, Dave Pearson's not a region guy. This guy was like, I felt like he was a guy that came on and really just like racked up points. If you want to watch offensive wrestling, Andrew Howe, heavy hands, offensive wrestling, great dude, like very humble human being, which is crazy because how good he was. It probably still is. Honestly, I'm not trying to see him and have him,
start hand fighting you.
Yeah, I'll pass on that.
What did Lucas Davison? I was asking him after he All American the one year, was working out with how. Does he have? He said, "Yeah." I said, "How heavy are his hands?" Like we call them anvil hands,
bro. When he was in high school, I think he had just won a title. I had a former teammate that was coaching Eric McGill, and they went to an RTC at Portage, and he was like, "Hey, you want to go?" And he's like, and this dude's state champ too. He's like, "Yeah, I'll go." And he thought it was gonna be some drilling. He said Andrew hit him with a couple of clubs. He's like, "I'm done, man. I got to work tomorrow. Can't raise my head up." So, I mean, that was 17, 16-year-old Andrew.
Yeah. No, he great guy. The thing is, he's like probably those. If you're in a room, you would never. Not many people, unless you actually knew him, would know he's probably the baddest dude in the room.
Dude,
in 99% of the rooms he's in.
And he's
the best dude in that room.
Like you bring up like, and he was like in an era where it was unreal, like the Dakes and Taylors and Burrows, and like you ask him, he's like, "Yeah, those guys were pretty good." And it's like, bro, you were right there with those guys.
Yeah, you were in that same breath. I mean, that's what's nuts. And super nice guy. Good. I'm glad to see that he's giving back to the sport and coaching and influencing those kids in the region. I don't know what it takes to get him over to Fort Wayne to coach my kid. Teach him.
I think he's done some stuff at the fort. I know he does a camp out there.
Yeah. We need him to live out here. We have too many coaches over in the region. We need them over here. So my number one, this is a pretty easy one. I'll go over my honorable mentions later. Reese Humphrey. Speaking of Andrew Howe,
Yeah.
a lot of what Reese was kind of known for is maybe more after high school, also, but he was always wanting to put on a show. He definitely is one that wants to score points. Obviously, he wrestled Howe his senior year. Big brothered in with the headlock. We're still trying to work on getting that rematch. He's still active. He's still wrestling in the Claw or whatever. So he's still, and I know I think his son's a freshman, and I think he looks and wrestles just like him. So great guy, always fun to talk to, and just super high energy. I don't know what he runs on, but if you could bottle it up, I would love it. Yeah, awesome guy, and just fun to watch. I mean, he has highlight reels of just tossing people. Pretty fun.
My number
Hopefully, I didn't steal
one
your one.
was that.
So hopefully, I didn't steal your
No,
one.
no, no. I like Reese Humphrey though. Nah, my number one, I felt like as a guy that always put it on the line, never back down, still competing. Um, who's number one 2 times? Did a bracket. Jesse Mendez. I thought Jesse told me he's like in 6th grade. He was gonna be a 4-time champ, and we get told that a good amount. And came into a weight class with 2 defending champs in it. Curtis was a 2-time champ at that point, and Watts was a D1 and then went out and won that weight. Won a weight with Blake Borman in it one year. Um, dude just went out there and wrestled Zeke one year. They bumped Zeke up to wrestle him. Just never backed down from a good match. And like I always tell people, the unique thing about Jesse is that guy loves wrestling. Like it doesn't matter if he's wrestling. Like he just killed Ryan Jack, right?
Yeah,
Like,
dude, that was
and
ridiculous.
that was a close match. Was that last year? He had to like put him to his back to like win.
Yeah, didn't Jack beat him in high school and won the? Who's number one? I
I
know he
thought
was in
he
that
he
bracket,
beat
but
he beat Jack in that bracket, but it was like a
okay,
close match, and then he
yeah,
lost
okay.
to Shane Van Ness. But man, just back to back years he did brackets, right? Or did he just do it one year? What did he
I
do? Who's
think he
number
did
one? Three
a couple
times
of
or two
years.
times?
I think he did 2 years, at least 2 years of brackets. He's like, hey, I'll do a bracket. He didn't
Yeah.
care. He just wants to wrestle, and
And dude, like I feel like it's only Indiana guys, right? Like Chad had a really good bracket when he was there too, with Pletcher, Yanni D, and Taylor Lamont.
yeah,
But yeah, dude,
that's a good bracket.
Yeah,
Jeez.
Jesse, just one of those guys. Like, and we talk about Indiana guys like, oh yeah, he's gonna go out there and kill it, and he has, and he's only gotten better, which is
He's
amazing.
he's
Good kid
wrestling.
too. Always good Indiana Matt.
Yep, yeah, he's like in the Hodge talk right now, which is pretty amazing, especially when you see some of the you have Mitch Messenbrink, Levi Haynes, guys like that are pretty Messenbrink's really dominant, and everyone kind of thought going in it was Messenbrink for the Hodge, and now now the like Mendez, what he did to Jack this weekend was like, oh boy, he's like, hey, don't forget about me, guys, because I'm pretty dominant. Um, I'll give the one that kind of got me on this, and I gotta put him on the list is Braylon Reynolds.
Man, that was gonna be one too. Yeah,
He's on my honorable mention. I was gonna try to sneak him in there. He's exciting to watch. I mean, even him and Rainey, he was getting after it. Not afraid to. He doesn't back down from anybody. Love watching him wrestle. Great kid, great family. He was the inspiration for this, so I got to put him on my honorable mention list. So yeah, that great kid. I just love his style. I mean, he has so much in his arsenal that you don't know what he's going to hit you with. He scrambles well. He'll tilt on you. He'll mix you. He'll slap a Chad Red cradle. You never know what he's going to have, and he's pretty damn good too.
yeah. He's really exciting. Like you said, like last year when he wrestled Schaefer at Team State, he went arm spin. Like,
Yeah,
and I was just, you just don't really know what he's gonna do. And I think his trajectory is just going higher.
yeah.
Um, he was really excited. He is really excited. So I actually had him on my list too. I'm at the pivot here. Um,
I'll put it. I can put. I mean, these are our honorable mentions. So I mean,
there's a handful, especially current guys, of guys that are exciting to watch. I, and honestly, and I was disappointed last year he wasn't able to compete. I think Carter Fielding is incredibly exciting to watch wrestle.
yeah.
I
Oh
think
yeah.
you just don't really know what he's gonna do. And I think I said it in that show, like I would hate to coach him because like you just don't know. Some of the stuff he does is unorthodox, and but he's really good.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. He is a yeah, he's you got to watch because you don't know what he's going to do, and kind of yeah, you can't count him out of any match because he can put you to your back from every position. And I was just talking, I don't know who I was talking. We were talking about him. And I go, yeah, he's pretty good. I go, I don't think people remember that he beat MJ Staples at Fargo 2 years ago.
yeah, he he is really
I mean,
tough.
he's not a. I mean, he's a really good wrestler. I think people kind of tend to forget about. They see something. They're like, oh, but yeah, he beat MJ Staples legitimately at Fargo. So,
And I like some of the stuff that the new Prairie guys are doing. I know some people I think were giving MJ a hard time. He did like a cartwheel, ankle pick,
yeah,
and like I think you got to have fun sometimes too, right? Like, well, you're not trying to show him up, but like you should go out there and have fun. I think Jeffrey Hyvert's a guy that gets kind of overlooked. Um, does well on his feet. I remember talking to the Maryville guys last year, and they were so ready to wrestle him at Al Smith with Marlon Kirksey. And I talked to Paul afterwards. He's like, we were like, thought he was going to go out there. He has his takedown record. He took us down and turned us the whole time. We were not prepared for that. And a guy that's, just another guy that puts up the points, that's like constantly going forward. Nice kid, really good kid.
yeah, yep. Couple others that I have on my list. Shane Perkey.
Shane Berkey was good.
Yeah, I mean, he was a Greco All American. Just loved to throw people. I mean, he put Angel Escobedo to his back in the semifinals, and you could like hear like a pin drop, just the gasp, and that was nuts.
Man, I was trying to think of someone that was a little more edgy too. Like who was someone that was like an edgy wrestler? You felt like they were always on, like Gavin McGinley. I feel like was always like edgy. Like he
Yeah,
was like he walked that line. That doesn't have to be an honorable mention, but
yeah. Joey Butler, always fun to watch. Got after it. Great scrambler. Great. He's fun to watch now in college because I think the college rules kind of suit him. I guess I don't know if they suit him better or worse because he's always doing some crazy stuff, but he's always like you never know what he's gonna do, and
I I know a guy that I know a guy that walked that fine line. That was he's got a lot of region wrestling in him too. Like Mikey Ortega last year, but like Cody Goodwin was like a guy that he's a guy that I always felt like was always right there. Like he's gonna get you a fall or he could get DQ'd. Again, probably not a guy like I know like Bill loved that guy, Braylon. But like Bill loved that guy. And I know like that was probably a guy that kept him up a couple times. you
yes,
know,
yeah, you never know what you're gonna get with him, but man, he was good. He was I the Al Smith seating meeting because he did make weight at what regional.
Well, yeah, one year I think he got pulled for discipline, and then like then there was like a year, he missed weight.
And everyone's like, well, he didn't do anything. I go, he's really good. It was him and state finalists for Center Grove last year, 75. Um, what's his name? There's a freshman. They were trying not. No one wanted to seed Goodwin, but then all of a sudden, when I end up putting him
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Cradler.
yes, I can see his face. Anyway, I remember just that seeding meeting where we had Goodwin, probably like a 3 or 4 seed. He ended up winning it. Let's not be. And I'm like, and Bill and Vince were like, don't seed him. We don't care. We think he's the. I mean, we know he's the best kid in the weight. I mean, I'm sitting there like, I know he's the best kid. He's the best kid in the. Whoa, look at the criteria. I'm like, you guys, he's good, and he ended up winning. And like all of a sudden, I think I end up at one point had him at 7. I think he was matching up with. I'm pretty positive he was matching up with a Penn kid in the quarters. And all of a sudden, Harper's like, I think he's really good. I think he should be like a 3 seed.
Julian Weems is who we're thinking of.
Weems, yes, Weems. And Weems was a freshman. Was really good. Went in unseeded because coaches didn't want to. Coaches did not think that he was very good. He cradles his way to the finals. So the two guys that I was advocating for hard did not get where they should have been, and made it.
And that's happened a couple of times, and obviously, like we're trying, like we're doing some seeding stuff, but there's a very big group of people that don't like change. Like this is the way it's always been done, or this is how the seeding meeting's always gone. This is how we always seed it, and it's like, but is it right? Like, are you separating the best guys? No. I think one year, like Drew Hughes was like an 8 seed, and he ended up like walking through the Al Smith, and I know they were like, dude, he's really good. He's already wrestled a bunch of these guys, and like, no, like he's a freshman, he needs to earn it. Like, cool, like, or we can do it right.
Yeah,
we can do it how it's always been done, or we can do it right.
And put him in a. I mean, I remember the 1 seed. I remember that exact because I was there, and it was, I think it was an Elkhart Memorial kid, and he ended up. They for some odd reason it was like returning Al Smith finalist or something. He might have won it too the year before, but didn't like qualify for state. And he ended up getting it. I remember it was a Seltzer guy. I don't remember it was a Seltzer. So I can't remember whether it was I think it was Elkhart Memorial. And then he gets just, Drew runs, into him on that first day and just manhandles him. And it's like, yeah, you probably didn't want that 1 seed there. You really probably wanted 2 or 3. So
and I think like it's done like in seeding a little bit more guys and at Al Smith, and I think but there's just like this old like we don't post results because we don't want people scouting us out. Like, bro, you're not hiding anything. Like, stop.
It's also that like, well, we gotta go off in season results. I'm like, these kids have seen each other at ISWA, at Super 32, at IPO. I go, even if they didn't see each other in season, we saw them in September. We saw them wrestle in September.
Well,
and I understand you don't want to use that as your hard results, but at the same time, we had one a couple years ago. 2 guys, there's arguing over a seed, and like, didn't they wrestle at Super 32? Yeah, who won? Well, he majored us. Yeah, you don't get the seed. I'm sorry. That's not what we're gonna use on everyone, but we have an opportunity to say, hey, just
like, and I get it, man. You want to fight for your kids, but put that same energy into the training.
Yeah.
Like
you want to see that competition though. I want my hands on those guys. That's the thing. It seems like we missed the point of what we're doing. No one's won the state title in December or early January now, as it is now. And I think someone pretty much quoted me in text. I'm pretty much quoting a text from somebody like, after the first 3 or 4 seeds, we don't care. We want to see that competition because we want to get our hands on it and make those adjustments. But I don't know why you don't want to. Hey, I want a little bit tougher route to see where we're at and maybe some motivation and like, hey, this guy beat you, but look, we can do this and this.
And honestly, we just want it to get right. Like, as people that are helping seed the term, we want it right. Like, you think Drew Hughes cared that he was the 8 seed or the 1 seed? No, he was walking. I think he stuck his way through the tournament.
Yeah.
Like, do you think that Cody Goodwin cared? No, like he was probably like, cool. They didn't care, but like, we want to make sure that the right guys are seeing the right guys,
Yeah. There's a cascading effect when you do it poorly. Of you're affecting other kids, and maybe it's that 5th through 8th place finishers that end up getting that number 1 seed that drops down. That if the seeds would have been right, that kid would have placed, but now he's running into the number 1 seed who's maybe a 2 or 3, whatever it is. But yeah, so
there was like 1 year where like maybe it was like the first year the Carnahan was really good, and I forgot where Crown Point had gone right before that too. And they had went somewhere where it was really tough, and they had some kids that were like under 500. They might have some kids that are under 500 going in this year, right?
Yeah.
And then they put like almost all their kids into the semifinals.
Yeah.
And I remember they were like, "Hey, remember this kid like that they didn't want to seed? He was 6-10, like probably should have, right?"
Yeah. So
And I think like those guys know who's good too, right? Like it's not
yeah,
lost on me.
all those coaches know exactly. They know like, yeah, that Cody Goodwin's good, but we're gonna. It's this weird feeling and thought that maybe he'll get beat or something. Maybe real, but when you argue that much, 90% of the time he's gonna end up right in like that quarter bracket of your kid, and you're gonna be like, oh crap. So, some man, that was a good tangent. Some other ones that I had on my list, Billy Nagel,
Billy Nagel liked to throw headlocks.
yes, and
Billy Nagel was the only person I ever saw. We had a kid, it was pretty good. Beat him at a freestyle tournament, and I don't even know why. He just challenged it, and they were like, "Okay, we're gonna run it back." And I remember thinking, like, how? What are you challenging? It's like football. Like, what are you exactly challenging? Like,
nice.
and then I think you ended up headlocking him, and it was just like, bro, like, what can we challenge now? Like, oh no, like it's one challenge, and it's like,
That's awesome.
it's the only time I ever seen it work.
Yeah. Brody Bauman, always excited to get after it. Modern day, throw a modern day kid on there, and then Ricky Clark,
Slick Rick.
Rick. Oh
I
yeah,
seen someone in the chat said Samuels.
yeah, that'd be a good one too. So those are mine. And any others that you had on your list?
Like obviously, like there's a lot of really good guys. Like I was a real big Chad Red fan. I know he's probably like the most polarizing, like 4-time champ. Like either you love Chad Red or you hate him. I thought CJ brought a lot of excitement.
Yep. I agree.
You really didn't know what he was gonna do. I mean, you didn't know what Chad Senior was gonna do. Like he was doing a lot of stuff in the and not in a bad way. Like he was doing. I actually miss Chad Red Senior being in the chair. Like he was doing a lot of craziness. I don't know if that was part of the plan or like he would cover his mouth on like one side, like I don't, yeah, like I don't know what that is, but
I don't know if you get good echo or what how that works, but
it's still working, right? Like
yeah, he still does it. I mean, he's still in the chair when he's coaching.
Yeah, it's still working. Obviously, he's had a lot of success, but he like CJ was a guy that I really did think was one of those guys that embraced the moment.
Oh yeah.
One of the best Indiana matches ever. Nick Lee, Chad Red, right? Like
his and his who's number one bracket, that was absolutely bonkers.
Oh, dude, yeah.
That was awesome to be there in person and see him do what he did there.
Oh, and we got to see Gable and all of his villain glory beating the Lehigh recruit at Lehigh. And then
we're the ones cheering for him.
Yeah. You want to go watch like a crazy, go watch Chad Red, Luke Pletcher like scramble. That was, dude, that thing's real deal. There's a lot of like point scoring people. Like there's some throwers, there's some people like I think that like the unpredictability of it sometimes is like more exciting. I know he wrestled this past weekend, and man, he's been around wrestling college for a while now. Like I feel like in the region when he came over from Michigan, like Riley Bedich was like an unpredictable wrestler. Like he was a guy like I didn't know what he was gonna do. Like he's also a guy. Everything in my I thought he was the year that I think CP ended up losing. I think Seltzer slammed him. And I was like, bro, Riley's going to stay down. And he got up and like finished the match. And it was a pretty good slam.
Yeah.
Like back 03, like sometimes you like the bad guy, like where the crowd kind of turns on him a little bit. Like a guy like Jose Escobedo at one time was like the guy that everyone was booing pretty good. And he embraced it pretty well. He's kind of pivoted and he's a really good coach. But Kike, of that group of those guys that they loved, like Andre, Angel, Alex, Kike got some hate.
Yeah, yes, he did. For some odd, yeah. I remember, but now the first year we were at Iron Man, he was being the peacekeeper when there was almost a fight breaking. I was like, so now we call him Father Jose.
Dude, great dude. Big Bears fan, probably loving the Bears' success for right now. But guys like that, like I always wonder, like how does the crowd turn on you like that, Like how does like the pivot go? Or everyone across, and he's not a bad dude. He's a really good dude, and just like it. Like I can't even think of another guy that like everyone just like turned on instantly. I think Chad got a little bit of it too. There was a real strong Nick Lee love when he wrestled Chad.
Yeah. That was some good stuff. I'm sure I can't wait for the comments on this because you know, as you said, you had a little bit different list to start, and I always like, it's always kind of fun to talk about this.
Oh, I know I'm getting some hate mail for sure. Because there's like some of them that are in there is man, someone's not gonna watch the show, and I'm gonna get a message that's gonna say something along the lines of like, I can't believe you put this guy in there or this guy, or I'm like, did you watch the show and hear the rationale behind what we're doing?
I'm gonna try to cut this portion out so I can attach it. No one's gonna click it. Let me tell it. Let's
no.
They don't even click the link for the power polls.